There are 168 hours in the week. Now, as you saw in the first episode of the Ballad of Beau Woodrow, they had a jar like this one, and they said there's 168 marbles in the jar. So how do you spend those hours? Let's take out the time that you spend probably at school. Now let's take out the time that you probably spend on the toilet scrolling through Instagram. Let's take out this time you spend on Netflix. That's fair enough. Let's take out some time that you spend at practice or games or going to do those school functions, right? This one represents your time at Loop right now. Let's see how Beau chooses to spend his time in this week's episode of the Ballad of Beau Woodrow.
There are 168 hours in a week and 168 marbles in the jar. The red ones are the hours spent doing something deliberately worshipful.
Hey, what's up with the old wooden metronome? You know, they got digital ones, now you just download them on an app.
If it runs out, I got a key around here somewhere.
There's a key?
Yeah, you just put it in the side there, crank it up, and it'll keep going and keep time for you. Let's record the rehearsal.
As well. Jim. Mr. January. Come on. Uh-oh.
Well, this here's the ballad of Beau Woodrow, a man who could be anyone that you know. He's got a creator who deserves all his praise. He's about to discover what to do with his days. Oh, what will you do with all your days?
No signal. Of course there's no signal. There's no time. Okay. If I were JJ, where would I hide the metronome key? Hey JJ, funny thing, kind of stuck in a time bubble right now, and I need you to tell me where I can find the metronome key so I can just crank her back up and get back to normal time. Blink if you can hear me. Cool, good talk. Tick right now. Hey God, it's Beau Woodrow. I could use your help. May sound funny, but I'm kind of stuck in a moment that I'd really like to be out of. I saw a chance to take some time for myself to be the perfect version of me that I thought I should be. And this is a lonely place. I don't want to be here anymore. I'm sorry for wasting my forever. All my praise. I'm yours forever. My God and King, there is no other.
With all my praise, I'm yours forever. My God and King, there's no other.
You saw me before I was born. Every day of my life was recorded in your book. Every moment was laid out before a single day had passed. Psalm 139:16. All my praise. Ah! Thank you. All my praise.
You want to get started on your next hit single, superstar?
JJ!
Beau.
It is so good to see you. Walking, talking, being you.
You saw me just a second ago. You feeling okay, son?
Feeling great.
You know, this is just one man's opinion, Beau, but lately you've been acting stranger than a horse in overalls.
Well, I've been a little preoccupied.
Oh? Speak of the devil.
Hey, Laura. I was just about to call you. I've been thinking about priorities lately, and first of all, thank you for all the hard work that you've been doing on my behalf, but had some time to think about it, and I've got a long list of things I've been putting before God. Sorry to say that you made the list. It's just not working out, so bye, Laura Moon. Wish you the best of luck. Did I just fire my manager?
That took guts.
I could be sued.
Most definitely. That took guts, too.
Actually, that was totally symbolic. I'm gonna need that back.
Yeah, I figured. Anybody who just fired their manager can't afford to be chucking away an expensive cell phone. You're not staying?
I can't afford it. It's not my money paying for the session, it's the labels.
Hope it's not because of my lecture earlier.
Well, got to thinking about it, about where all my praise was going, and how I don't deserve the 168 hours a week that we get. How I don't deserve this guitar or songs to sing with it. And when I took a good hard look at it, I see that God's fingerprints are all over it. And that's worthy of worship. For more than just a moment.
That sounds like the Beau Woodrow I know. Why don't you stick around a bit? We'll play some tunes.
Can't really keep anything we record.
Who said anything about recording?
Okay, on one condition.
Name it.
Let's get rid of the metronome.
Lost its luck for you?
Something like that. All right, this is a new one.
Like a flood, heaven come down over us, wash us clean. Like the blood that Jesus poured out over us and set us free. Let our hearts desire be more of you, until our only cry is to be made new. With all our praise, we're yours forever, our God and King. There is no other. With all our praise, we're yours forever, our God and King. There is no other.
All right. Thanks for everything, JJ. Best in the biz. Call you once I figure out where I'm gonna be going next.
Any ideas?
Time will tell.
Don't be a stranger, Beau Woodrow.
Wash us clean, like the blood that Jesus poured out over us and set us free. With all our praise, we're yours forever, our God and King. There is no other. With all our praise, we're yours.
In our life, there can be so many distractions. Teams that are begging us to go play for them on the weekend. Homework that's begging to be done. All these things begging for our time. But as we've talked about these past few weeks, not everything deserves our time. And see, when we get busy and we get in those busy seasons of life where we're just going to school, going to practice, hanging out with friends, playing the games, it's really easy for all of us, me included, to put God on the back burner. Or even turn our relationship with God into something that we just check off a list. Homework, check. Chores, check. Read my Bible, check. And see, all these things are important to do and they're good, and yes, they are priorities, but our relationship with God is more than just a checklist. See what it says in the Bible in Romans 12, verse 1, "And so, dear brothers and sisters, I plead with you to give your bodies to God because of all he has done for you. Let them be a living and holy sacrifice, the kind he will find acceptable. This is truly the way to worship him." Now, I know that sounds a little weird. Giving your bodies to God as a sacrifice to him can be a little out there. But let me tell you what this is really saying. It's saying we worship God by the way we live. God doesn't want to just be a priority that you check off a list. God wants to be central in everything that you do. When you go to practice, you can worship God as you do that by living for him. The way you hang out with your friends, God can be central in the middle of that in your relationship with your friends. The way you serve your parents, God is in the middle of that. He is not just an activity that you do, it's a way that you live. My prayer for you is this: you can grow in your relationship with God where it becomes more than just checking off items off a list, but it becomes something of worship. where you begin to respond to His grace and love for you with everything you have and everything you are. So this is my question. What does your relationship with Jesus look like?